Councilor Collier,
Present.
Councilor Marshall,
Present.
Councilor Matthews,
Present.
Councilor Thigpen,
Present.
Councilor Crusoe,
Present.
Councilor Donald.
Present.
You have 7 present, no absent. You have a quorum.
The meeting is now called to order. We will have a word of prayer, a silent word of prayer. Please, counselor, pray for the 2 young men that bodies were found, one at Alabama State University. His body has been found and identified, and one in Pratt City. His body has been found and identified. Let us pray for those families and all the bereaved families, whether it be COVID-19, Corona, or just what the method of death was. I had one on yesterday, got out of her car in front of her house, got midway her driveway, and fell dead of a massive heart attack right there on Dartmouth Avenue. So let us, as a body, please pray for those families, pray for the city that will do all of the city's business decent and in order. A word of silent prayer, please. Amen. Number 4, Ms. Taylor.
Approval of minutes from August 18 and August 19, 2020.
Council, you had the minutes in your packet. Were there any concerns and or questions about the minutes? Now, Ms. Taylor, I see, are these the incorrect or the correct minutes that Councilor Matthews spoke on?
These are the correct minutes that were corrected.
Thank you. Councilor Matthews.
Looks good, Madam Chair.
Thank you. If there's not any more questions and or concerns, roll call, Ms. Taylor.
We need a motion.
I'm sorry, motion, council, and a second.
I move to adopt the minutes from September the 18th and September the 19th.
Need a second.
I'm sorry. Correction. I move to adopt the minutes August 18th and August 19th. 2020.
Second. A second.
It has been properly motioned and second. You roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Councilor Alexander,
Aye.
Councilor Collier,
Aye.
Councilor Marshall,
Aye.
Councilor Matthews,
Aye.
Councilor Thigpen,
Aye.
Councilor Crusoe,
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 5, please.
Committee meetings.
Council, are there any reports from committee meetings for today?
Madam Chair.
Councilor Thigpen.
Yes, ma'am. The TVA committee met, and we will let Attorney Payton go over the information that we have, but it is the recommendation of the committee that we move forward on the reports to the study on whether to change.
Thank you, councilors. You've heard the chair of the committee. Attorney Payton.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
The next step, one second. The next step in the process would be for the city council to pass a resolution authorizing there to be a system impact study. And this is the first step required to determine whether you would like to seek to purchase power from anyone other than TVA. To do this, Ferc, which is the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, requires that you put a deposit in an amount equal to 1 month of the cost of your energy plus $10,000 for the study. And you put that on deposit with Southern Company Services. They will be the transmission distribution system that would deliver the power to the city of Bessemer. The deposit amount is approximately $290,000. The system impact study is $10,000. So the $290,000 is actually placed in a deposit account. It is still the city of Bessemer's money, and it earns interest at the rate that Ferc requires Alabama Power Southern Company to pay. So once you do that and you file that application, the study begins. It'll take about 3 months to perform the study. And once the study is completed, you will then, at that point, make a decision whether you desire to move forward with looking at other sources to purchase power, or you want to stay with TVA. And so that's where we are. There is one other item in there. The Southern Company is split into two or more divisions that I know of. One is an energy producing division, and the other is a transmission division. And right now, TVA has to send their power to us over Southern Company transmission lines. But FERC requires that there be a firewall between the two, and they cannot talk to each other unless the city were to give the energy producing side permission to discuss with the transmission producing side. So you would need to, in your resolution, have authorization for them to be able to talk to each other. So that is the next step that needs to be taken if you desire to proceed. Oh, I'm sorry, one thing, the estimated annual savings is anywhere on a low side of 2.6 million a year. Right now is what their estimate is from Alabama Power to $11 million a year.
Thank you, Attorney Payton. And you will prepare this resolution if needed.
Yes, ma'am. If it's the council's desire, I'll prepare the resolution for the first meeting in October.
Counselors, you've heard Attorney Payton. What's your desire?
Madam Chair. Madam Chair,
Counselor Marshall?
I have one question. Attorney Payton, would you mention the regulatory side in terms of regulating rates and so forth, how that works?
Yes, sir. The city of Bessemer right now, the only regulator of rates that we have right now is TVA. If we buy power from anyone other than TVA, we would not be subject to the Public Service Commission. All rates would be set by the city council. But there would be no regulatory body overlooking the city.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Counselor Alexander?
Attorney Payton, what is the FERC interest rate? You never said what was the interest rate. What was the percentage? You said earn an interest rate.
Right. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know the exact rate. I will look it up for you. I would think it's like the Department of Treasury puts out an interest rate. It's called the AFR, the applicable federal rate. I would think it would be very similar to those, but those are produced on a monthly basis. They fluctuate and change, but I will find out for you the FERC interest rates.
Thank you, sir.
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Attorney Payton, just a quick question. Just for clarity, this study, will it entail all of the pros and cons as far as in making this decision?
No, ma'am. What this study is a study that is performed by the transmission side of Southern Company Services. And that will be to determine what it would cost the city to be able to receive power from any other provider across Southern Company's transmission lines.
Meaning whatever changes that we would have to do in order to receive power from a different entity if decided upon. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am. And we don't think in this instance, it's not going to be a very complicated process because as you all know, we are surrounded by Alabama Power and and Southern Company transmission lines. We're not like areas in Tennessee or North Georgia where you would have TVA and you might have Southern Company or you might not have Southern Company and you would have 8, 9, 10, 12 delivery points to a city. The city of Bessemer has only 2 delivery points. One of those we own. One is owned by TVA. So what they will be studying is one, whether we need to construct a substation to receive their power, or 2, whether we could use an existing Southern Company or Alabama Power substation to receive power. Right now, the thought is that we would have to either construct our own substation or purchase the existing one that TVA has on the north side of town. So those would be your 2 options. That's what they will be looking at in this study.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir. Councilor Marshall.
Attorney Payton, would they not also be looking at the financial situation in terms of you know, whether this is a viable project that they might recommend in terms of financial savings to the city and so forth?
That is part of it. I mean, they're really just going to be in this study is looking at, as I understand it, the transmission, what it's going to cost to receive power from another entity across Southern Company's lines. But certainly that goes into whether you can afford it. If you had to build 7 or 8 substations at a cost of $5 million each, you know, that would affect the financial ability of whether you would make the decision to purchase power. In this instance, we know that there's only going to be one substation that would need to be purchased or built. And so the financial cost is I think will be, the study will come back that will be the only cost will be to build that one substation. There was mention that there is on the south end of the system where we own our substation out by the airport that we may have to construct a transmission line there, but not a substation. And then the question there would be whether Bessemer would build that transmission line or whether your power provider would build that transmission line.
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
It's right now on this point by the airport. Okay, question, Attorney Payton. Now, you said the cost of this study is $10,000. We're asked to put up a deposit of $290,000, which draws interest. Are we certain that the cost of this study is $10,000 concretely, or it can go beyond the $10,000?
My understanding is that it can be a variable cost, but that what their expectation is that it will be $10,000 or less. And that if the study costs less than $10,000, we will be refunded any difference in the cost of the study that doesn't reach $10,000. Again, they know we're a small local provider. And they know that they're looking at their system and they're already supplying the city of Bessemer transmission line services on both ends of the system. So they know what they have to feed us. So I would not expect that the cost of the study would be greater than $10,000. And I will try to find out. I'll try to nail that down if you would like.
Yes, sir. And thank you.
Thank you, counselors. With that being said, Ms. Taylor, let us do a roll call on those who want to do a resolution and an impact study for the city of Bessemer, for the TVA, opposed to other providers. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander,
This is not.
Aye.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye. I'm sorry.
Madam Chair, excuse me.
I was
Yes, sir.
reading.
Now,
Yes, sir.
we need to make a motion, first of all, that we want to move forward. Somebody needs to make a motion that we move forward. I mean, we're voting without a motion.
Are you making that motion, Counselor Marshall?
Yes.
Give me a second,
I would,
please.
yeah, I would move that we move forward with
Thank you.
with this
Thank
study
you.
and this project.
Second.
Second.
Okay. I am distracted today, you all. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
okay. Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Collier,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Abstain because I'm employed by Southern Company / Alabama Power.
Counselor Thigpen,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, 1 abstain. The motion carries.
So
Thank you.
Councilor Donald, Madam President, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
All right, so it's my understanding that council has voted to proceed with an impact study and to place the deposit and to pay the $10,000 fee. That happened this morning, is that?
That is my understanding.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Counselor Alexander.
Oh, committee meeting. I'm sorry. I was reading. Madam President, can we come back at the next council meeting, and give an update about our committee meeting? We did have one yesterday. The Amy committee meeting did meet with Ms. Holt. It was a great meeting, but we still have some things that we need to work through and bring back to.
Yes, ma'am, you can. I'll place it back on the agenda for the first Tuesday in October.
Thank you.
Item number 6, Ms. Taylor.
Presentations, awards, announcements, and recognition.
You didn't see if anyone else had anything on the committee,
Oh,
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
Counselor Matthews, do you have anything else up under committee? I didn't
Well,
hear you.
Yeah, well, you went straight. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I have a question concerning the small sales that we talked about that Attorney Payton's supposed to been getting with Mr. Attorney Blankenship concerning the small sale.
I have reached out to Attorney Blankenship. I'm waiting a call back from him, and I would expect to hear from him hopefully today, but I have reached out to him.
Madam Chair.
Okay.
Yes, sir, Counselor. Counselor Matthews, one moment, Counselor Marshall.
I'm sorry.
Counselor Matthews, were you finished?
Yeah, I'm for now, yes. Yes, I'm finished.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir, Counselor Marshall.
In my opinion, Attorney Blankenship came to us and made a proposal or talked with us about small cell. It seems to me that he is the one seeking to do business with us. So in that regard, I really think it's his responsibility to be trying to make contact with Attorney Payton. I mean, he's trying to ask for our business. And I just don't see that Attorney Payton ought to have the responsibility of tracking him down. He wants to do business with us. That's my opinion.
Thank you, Councilor
Madam Chair,
Marshall.
Madam Chair, may I?
Thank you, Councilor Marshall, for your opinion. Councilor Matthews.
Yeah, but it was agreed upon by this body
Yes.
and asked Attorney Payton to reach out to him. Now, at that particular time, if someone had a different view of it, saying that Attorney Blankenship need to reach out to Attorney Payton, then we could have considered that. But this was the last thing we mentioned. So to come in now and say Attorney Blankenship needs to reach out, I find that to be, not to be what this body agreed upon. Now, if there's a consensus that Attorney Payton or Attorney Harris need to reach out, either Blankenship need to reach out, if that's a consensus, then we can go with that. But that was the first and only suggestion made at that particular time. And I could say I'm gonna reach out to somebody 3 weeks ago and reach out to him this morning. You get my point now? Yeah, I reached out to him, but was that ample time to get anything done? That's I'm just using that for an instance because I don't know whether we stalling, or we just gonna not do nothing, or we gonna kick the can in the Tuscaloosa, And I'm just being straight, because it seemed like every week it's a different approach or a different story or a different opinion.
Thank you, Councilor Marshall and Councilor Matthews. It was the consensus of this body that Attorney Payton would reach out to Attorney Blankenship. Once again, we will place it on the agenda for the first Tuesday in October. That should give us enough time to reach out to Attorney Blankenship. Of course, I've reached out to him. I reached out to him a week ago, and he had no problems calling me back and or answering me. So we will place it back on the agenda for the first Tuesday in October. Mayor Gully, do you have any presentations of water?
Madam President, I would just
Councilor Marshall, we'll item number 6, Ms. Taylor.
Presentations, awards, announcements, and recognitions.
Mayor Gully.
Madam President, I just have one announcement.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask everyone to pray for the Fancher family. Former counselor Cornelius Fancher passed away on yesterday evening. Early on in my career here with the city of Bessemer, I had the opportunity to work with former Councilman Fancher, and he served his city well. I just think it's befitting that we just ask for prayers and stuff for his family. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Gully. I can tell you, Councilor Fancher used to be my yard person. I think I laughed more than he could grass.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. I'm going to take this point of privilege to move forward with item number 12, please. We have company in the building, up in the council chambers where I sit down in the multi-purpose room. Item number 12, Ms. Taylor.
Item 12 is a public hearing regarding the property located at 995 Academy Drive being rezoned to Institutional 1, Institutional District from current zoning of I-6 Planned Industrial District.
Attorney Payton.
Yes, Madam President, may I ask you a question? We have 2 public hearings on
Yes,
item
sir.
12 and item 14.
Yes,
and
sir.
the reason we have that is because it's 2 there are two sellers. It's the same purchaser. Can we
Yes.
combine those two hearings into one? 12?
That's item number 12 and item number 14.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir, we can combine those.
All right. And so we are in the city council chambers, and is there anyone here to speak for the changing of the zoning ordinance to institutional one? If so, please come to the podium and state your name and address for the record.
Good morning, although I can't hear you. Good morning.
We'll go. All right. Good morning.
Now I can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Brian Harris, 4042 Buell Lane, Hoover, Alabama, 35226. Here representing Church of the Highlands. Have with me here Church of the Highlands Capital Project Manager, as well as our Bessemer campus pastor as well. As Councilor Payton referenced, items 12 and 14 are both regarding the property that Church of the Highlands intends to purchase. The two properties combined are approximately 23 acres on the corner of Premier Parkway and Academy Drive. We're requesting institutional zoning to be used as a new permanent campus for Church of the Highlands, which would allow us to move from our current location at McAdory School.
Councilors, you've heard Mr. Harris. Are there any questions and or concerns concerning this property? 23 acres. Is that right across the street from Premier?
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
As you turn, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good. Good morning.
Good. As you turn into on Premier Parkway to the left, how far do you all go down toward Powder Plant? How far is that down? That is it? It's not to the corner, is it?
No, sir, it's not to the corner. I'm sure you're familiar with the area. There is an existing public roadway that turns to the left, moving back into the multi-parcel development where the hotels and restaurants are. That's effectively the end of the purchase property for us. Our driveway will be there. Our property will go just past that point to allow us to do grading for that driveway, and that will be the end of our purchase.
Okay. And how many entrances will you have? You have one off Premier Parkway, and will you have another one off Academy?
Currently, we're planning one off of Academy. Is that right?
Okay.
Let me peek here.
Yeah, we didn't get a drawing of it. That's why.
I didn't know we were doing it this way, but I did bring a board, if you can see, and I can kind of point. We have a driveway here off of Academy, which is across from Academy Avenue.
Right.
And then off of Premier Parkway, we will have two access points here
Right.
and here.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. That answers my question. Thank you, sir.
And
Madam
those two entrances off of Premier Parkway, how far down will one and or two go? Because you know that's the school entrance as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, Madam President, Councilor Crusoe said, can you ask Mr. Singleton to let her back into the meeting? Somehow she got kicked out.
There we go. Councilwoman Donald, our two access points will align with the automobile dealerships driveways that are on Premier Parkway. Those locations have been looked at least in a preliminary nature by the city engineer. Of course, we don't have full design or anything completed yet. We're still in the zoning and acquisition phase. That's where they're currently planned, is in the same location as the automobile dealerships.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir. Councilor Marshall.
Good morning, sir, and We welcome you to the city of Bessemer. My question is, how large of a church or facility? Will there just be one building on the property or several buildings?
Good morning. This is planned to be a single building campus. This is 1,150 seats in this campus.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, councilors?
On President.
Yes, sir, Mayor Gully.
I saw some initial drawings. Good morning to you, sir. I saw some initial drawings whereby you were planning 720 to 730 parking places there. Have that changed? And is the church still willing to allow the high school to use those parking spaces for overflow when they have games and certain in certain activities like that where the school may need some additional parking?
Yes, sir, Mayor. That is still the plan, to provide that number of parking spaces. And yes, as we discussed early on, the church does still agree to that thought.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Apparently, Mayor Gully, you knew where I was going
That's a
with that parking. Yes,
Madam
ma'am, Councilor Crusoe.
apologize. I mean, and this question or concern may have been voiced. I had to switch over. I had technical difficulties. And in looking at the address and hearing what Mayor Gully had to say, it is in close proximity to the high school. Have we factored in or taken in consideration your conflict as far as in different events that's taking place at the same time, in the event of like revival and on a game night or things of that sort?
That's a fair question, Councilwoman Crusoe. Church of the Highlands, their only events are on Sunday mornings. We do meet the first Wednesday of every month on Wednesday night. Otherwise, we have very sporadic events throughout the year that are much less attended than our Sunday morning services. I would estimate we probably have how many special events? Probably four a year at this campus. So truly, we're looking at traffic coming off the property on Sunday mornings from 8 a.m. to sometime around 1 p.m. on Sunday. We're not projecting any conflict with school traffic.
Okay, no, we're not not expecting any. Also, have you had any open dialogue with the Board of Education as far as in making sure that you all have a working relationship?
Yes, ma'am, we have.
Okay, no problem. And what is your name again? I missed it.
That's all right. I'm Brian Harris. I'm here representing Church of the Highlands.
Okay, Brian Harris.
Brian Harris, yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And thanks for answering my questions.
Council, you've heard Mr. Harris. Any more questions and or concerns? If not, I need a motion and a second.
Madam President, this is Shane again.
Yes, sir.
There will be two ordinances, and that is item 13 and item 15.
Yes, sir.
Both of them will need unanimous consent to consider.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I move to consider item 13 to amend ordinance 3391.
Attorney Payton, can we do both of these together or differently, separately?
You could consider both at the same time as long as you have unanimous consent to consider.
Well, I move to consider item 13 and item 15 to amend ordinance 3391.
Second.
It has been properly moved in second. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander. Counselor Alexander.
Looks like she's been dropped.
Counselor Collier,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Thigpen,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
Did Counselor Alexander get back on the line?
It doesn't appear.
Okay, we have 6 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Mr. Harris,
Now, Madam
welcome
Chair.
to, one moment, Councilor Matthews. Mr. Harris, welcome to the heart of the city of Bessemer.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Counselor
excited. We're excited to be here.
Matthews. Counselor Matthews.
Now, Madam Chair, since we moved to consider, I moved to rezone to the property located at 4989 Premier Parkway. I moved to rezone it from its current C4 arterial services to institutional district.
Second.
Second.
It has been properly motioned and second that we will rezone the properties. Roll call, Counselor, Ms. Taylor.
Okay, Counselor Alexander, she's still not back.
No, she's not.
Okay, Counselor Collier,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Thigpen,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you.
Madam
Hey,
President.
hey, Madam Chair, a mistake. I left out, I guess I can vote to amend because I just said 4989. I should have said 995 and 4989.
You can just do a separate motion now for 995 Academy Drive.
Okay, well, I moved for 995 Academy Drive to be rezoned institutional district from its current zoning planned industrial district.
Second.
Has been properly motioned and second that we will rezone 995 Academy Drive. Anita, Ms. Taylor, please.
Counselor Collier,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Thigpen,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
We do have Counselor Alexander back on the line. Thank you so much again, Mr. Harris. And we look
Thank you
forward to
all.
visiting you at the Church of the Highlands.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Item number 7, Ms. Taylor.
This last motion, did we consider that or was it adopted?
We considered both of them at the same time.
At the same time.
Okay. Okay, what
What-
item are we on?
We are on item number 7.
Item 7, August 4th, 2020, weed nuisance status report. This is a hearing.
Ms. Hall, are you on the line?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, and yourself. Thank you.
Good, thank you.
On this particular item, I would like to request that the hearing be rescheduled until October the 6th, 2020 at 10 a.m., please.
That's October the 6th, 2020
Yes, ma'am, at 10 a.m., please.
at 10 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Council, you've heard Ms. Hall. I need a motion and a second, please.
Make the motion that we grant Ms. Hall the extension.
Need a second, please.
Second.
Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Collier,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Thigpen,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Ms. Taylor, item number 11, please. So we won't keep Ms. Hall on the line.
Yes,
Item
ma'am.
number 11, please.
September 15, 2020, weed nuisance report, set hearing date.
Ms. Hall.
Yes, ma'am. With the council's approval, I would like to request a hearing date as October the 20th at 10 a.m. October the 20th at 10 a.m.
Council, you've heard Ms. Hall report. I need a motion and a second, please.
I motion that this hearing be moved from September 5th, 2020 to October 20th at 10 o'clock a.m.
Second. Second.
Did you say the 5th or the 15th, Ms. Crusoe? Councilor
From
Crusoe.
September 15th to October
you.
5th at 10 o'clock a.m.
Thank you. Has been properly motioned and second. Need a roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Collier,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Thigpen,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Hall.
Okay, thank you all.
Good. Item number 8.
Item 8 is a status on Alabama Municipal Insurance Corporation.
Counselor Alexander has already asked us to table this until the first meeting in October. Is that the consensus of the council?
Yes.
Item number 9, please.
Item 9 is a status on written reports of Bessemer Utilities budget for 2019-2020.
Council, we did receive a budget from Bessemer Utilities. I didn't get it until yesterday, and we have not had time to look over that budget. I will ask that this council table that until October the 6th of 2020. Are there any questions and or concerns about the budget?
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
I agree. As far as it has been provided, but I haven't had a chance to look at it and I guess process or interpret what it is that we've received. So if we can extend that until the 1st of October, I would definitely like so.
Council, is that?
Madam
Madam
Chair,
Chair,
when was it received?
It was received, yes, supposed to have been received on yesterday, Councilor Marshall.
I have not received a copy.
neither have I.
I do apologize. I will ask Ms. Coleman to make sure everyone have a copy of that budget. And we'll just table this item until.
So how does Council Crusoe have a copy?
Council Crusoe, it came to the council president. The council president in turn sent it to the council pro tem. That is how Councilor Crusoe have a copy. If I have it, I'll send it to her to look over. That's how she has a copy. As I stated, let us table this item and I'll have.
Could you not have also sent it to everybody else at the same time?
I will have Ms. Coleman to send it to you as well, Councilor Marshall. We'll table this item until October the 6th, 2020. Item number 9, please. I'm sorry, item number 10, Ms. Taylor.
Item 10, status of quarterly report for community development block grant.
I have not, as of yet, received that report. Mayor Gully.
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
I have Mr. Abraham Ward and stuff in here, and obviously I'll let him speak to that. But as I told you all at the last meeting, due to COVID-19, that there's been no activity in community economic development. But I'll let him speak to what he's doing in community and economic development. So I'll step away from the screen and I'll let Mr. Abraham.
I mean, he can speak, Mayor Gully, that's fine. He can speak, but we have agreed to request it the first Tuesday and receive it in writing the third Tuesday. I think it was the consensus of this council that we would receive it in writing. Sometimes, Mayor Gully, just him talking, we might need to look at it and visually see that in writing. And I think that was the consensus of the council, to request it on the first Tuesday, and we would receive it in writing on the third Tuesday. I think I did what the council asked, was to request it on the first Tuesday and to receive it in writing on the third Tuesday. And we will, I will ask this body to, if we can wait until the first Tuesday in October, and we can have it in writing, Mayor Gully.
Okay, Madam President.
I'll ask. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
With all due respect, I don't think you all are hearing me when I tell you that due to several facts, COVID-19, and the fact and so that we are still looking at employing a director in community and economic development, that there has been no activity in economic development. So I don't know what you want me to produce and stuff for you, and so that when I'm telling you that there's been no activity in there. Now, if you want that in writing, I can put that for you. I could put that and stuff to you in writing. But if due to COVID, everything has been suspended and there's nothing in stuff nothing coming in or going out relevant to that, and we're in the process of hiring the director, then I'm at a loss as to what kind of updates you're asking me for if there is no update.
Mayor Gully, with all due respect, and I do respect you to the highest, if there is nothing coming in or going out, place it on paper and give it to the council.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Just for the sake of clarity, the informational update that we're waiting on, are we waiting on an update concerning the Cdbg money that we just voted to accept, or are we still awaiting information from previous funds that should already have been documented before the retirement of the director? I mean, can we just for record be a little more specific as to what it is that we're awaiting?
For clarity, Councilor Crusoe, we're waiting on both.
Yes.
We're waiting on that we asked for in 19 and an update on 20. As we see now, as Mayor stated, that due to COVID-19, there has been nothing going on in 20. And we're just waiting on an update from 20 as well to bring us into the year of 2020. Of course, we know COVID hit us early 2020. So that is what we're waiting on.
Okay, question from Mayor Gully. Mayor Gully, as far as with the funds that we voted to accept a few months ago with Cdbg, so it's safe to say that none of those funds have been dispensed?
They have not been received. They have not been received yet in Suffolk
They have not
Council.
received.
Right. You know,
Okay, so do we have
we're
any?
still waiting on the federal government and stuff to send us those funds. They have not been received as of yet. So no, ma'am, they have not been spent.
Okay, for 2019, when we were requesting the recipients of the ones who received grant money previously, that, you know, during the time when we did have a director and should still be in our systems somewhere, I mean, can that information not be provided?
Counselor, I gave you an update in December and stuff of last year. I can go back and get that update that Mr. Forrest Davis gave you all before he left. Due to COVID-19, early on in the year, there's been nothing else in stuff done in community and economic development and stuff prior and stuff to that. Now, Mr. Davis came and gave you all an update, which I think somebody called Scrabble words or whatever. But it's incumbent upon you all to ask whatever questions that you want in stuff at that particular time. A report was given to you in December. If you want to give me some specifics, I'll have Mr. Abraham Ward go back and look at that report at that particular time and answer any questions and stuff from December that you all may have had with that last report.
Okay, I think this is where we're getting misconstrued. We're not asking for someone to come and sit before us and give us a presentation. We're asking, you know, for the 7 of us who are actually the ones who have a vote and are being left to have to answer to the federal government in what we have voted upon and vote to accept and not have a say so in the way that it's being spent throughout. You know,
that's incorrect. No, ma'am.
Let me complete my what I have to say, America, if you don't mind. Now, COVID-19 hit in 2020. We've been requesting information concerning Cdbg ever since 2018. And we've been having people Forrest Davis to come and stand before us and read off from paperwork that he has, but still not being provided with the necessary information that we have requested.
Councilor Crusoe.
Yes, sir.
That's incorrect. I don't mandate how the money is spent. City council votes and stuff on how money is spent. I.e. around and stuff, the Barleyman Park, you all voted on that. You voted and stuff on and stuff, the rec center and stuff and upgrades and stuff to the ditches and stuff around and stuff, the rec center. You voted and stuff on and stuff the sign and stuff at coming in stuff, the interest sign coming into the city of Bessemer. I cannot spend and stuff any money and stuff. You all and stuff are the governing body that decides and votes on where and stuff those funds and stuff go. If you want to change it by substantial amendment and stuff, that's what you do. I submit to you and stuff what and stuff I and stuff think. And then it's completely up to you all how that money is spent. So I do not understand how and stuff you can say that and stuff that you've not gotten an update on something that you had to vote on in order and stuff to spend and stuff from 2018. That's just incorrect. That's not true.
Well, Mayor Gully, as far as things, well, I know the sign, it was voted upon before I was even elected. As far as Cdbg money, is it not correct that Cdbg money is utilized as far as in a system with small businesses, possible renovations of homes and things of that sort? I mean, isn't that a part of the Cdbg distribution?
There are several parts of CDBG.
Okay, so now at what point has any of that been brought before the council? Since I have sat here, I have never received any type request for assistance on any business that has received, nor any resident or a citizens who has made a request or received any of those benefits. Now, if it happened before my term, then I stand corrected. But as of November 5th, 2018, when I was sworn in, I have never voted upon, as far as a business or a citizens receiving any type CDBG funds.
Madam President, this is
Mayor Gully,
when you vote on, when you vote, there are certain components and stuff that you are voting and stuff on. Housing rehab may be one of them. Park improvements may be another. Camp Bessemer may be another. Whatever request that has been requested of me, I've given that to you and stuff within the federal law that I can give it and stuff to you. If you ask and stuff for and stuff personal information of business owners and how much they and stuff gotten, personal home information, then by law I cannot provide and stuff that, and I won't provide that.
Councilor Crusoe, Mayor Gully, we have agreed to let this come back on October the 6th, and we may even have a planning session on that Tuesday, the second Tuesday, and I will place this on the agenda for the planning session.
Okay, Madam President, in the course of our planning session, is it any way possible that we could reach out to someone as far as in a federal representative who can provide us with what it is that we're privy to, and go a little more in depth concerning these CDBG funds and possibly an audit in this area?
Yes, ma'am, that is possible.
Thank you.
We will, Attorney Harris, are you on the line?
I am.
Can you answer that question, please?
I will contact the authorities, the federal authorities, to see what how far inquiries that you can make and what you can do in that regard.
Oh, yeah. We done been through all of that and stuff before. Oh, yeah, really?
And we will get, we will come back to you on October the 6th. I'll place it on the agenda. Since you will, Attorney Harris, reach out, I'll place it on the agenda. And we will have hopefully an answer by October the 6th as to what we can and what we cannot have according to the law. Item number 16, Ms. Taylor.
Resolution authorizing payment to EEFS Company PC for June 2020 invoices.
Counselor, you have an invoice in your packet. Are there any questions and or concerns? If there's not any questions and or concerns, I need a motion.
I do have a question, Madam President.
Yes, ma'am.
As it regards to EEFS, question is, as far as in our building inspections department, do we by any chance have any engineers in our building inspection department at the City Hall? Can someone answer that for me?
Mayor Gully can answer that.
No, not to my knowledge. That's not a criteria and stuff of any of those jobs and stuff down there in building and inspections department. The previous director had an engineering and stuff degree, but to my knowledge and stuff, it was not in stuff a requirement of the position.
Okay, now as far as in with the EEFS is this we've entered in contract with EEFS. Is that through the mayor, or this was something that the council brought forth?
Contract and stuff with the engineer is the responsibility of the mayor, and it's up to appoint the engineer for the city.
Okay, this is an appointed position, okay.
Councilor Crusoe, you asked that question. That is an appointment of the mayor. But as far as the city council approves.
Okay.
If there's not any more questions, I need a motion and a second, please.
Madam Chair,
Who am I speaking to?
speaking Council Matthews.
Yes, sir, Yes, sir, Councilor Matthews.
I move the resolution for the payment of EFS. Item
Second.
16.
It has been properly moved and second that we will pay the invoices for EFS. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Collier,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews, Counselor Matthews.
He's muted.
I had to unmute. Sorry about that.
Counselor Big Pen,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
I abstain.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, 1 abstention, motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Item number 17.
Falls Cleaning Services Agreement.
Council, I placed that on. I had that agreement sent to you maybe a month ago for you all to look, and it's time now for us to do a RFP on this contract. Time is almost up for this contract of the City Hall. I have stated to Mayor Gully and that the substandard work that is done in this City Hall is not even 7 years old. And it is COVID. And COVID is not playing with us. To come in and to see paper in the same place it's been for quite some time, the steps, the windows, or whatever, it's not anyone's job. If you ask, it's no one's job. I went to the mayor and I would ask this body to let us put this contract back out for bid, please. Is there any questions and or concerns?
So you're asking to put an RF out on this?
Yes, sir.
Because how it reads, it says, how it reads, it just says Fall Cleaning Services Agreement. And I didn't see an agreement in my pack, so I was wondering about this one. So
that agreement was sent to you almost a month ago.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes.
No, my question is, the motion needs to be to put out an RFP for the cleaning service. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir. I think I said that in the beginning. I think I did say that in the beginning.
Okay. Okay, I'm good.
All right, I need a motion to put that contract out for RFP in a second, please.
Madam President,
Yes, ma'am.
I move to adopt a resolution to put an RFP out for the cleaning services for the city of Bessemer.
Need a second, please.
I'll second that if we had.
Yes, sir. We have. I see all of you all for City Hall. Yes,
oh, I'm sorry, for City Hall.
I see all of you. I can't hear. Okay, it has been properly moved and seconded that we'll put a resolution out for RFP for the contract for the cleaning service here at the City Hall, here at 1700 3rd Avenue. I need a roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Collier,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Nay.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Thigpen,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
6 ayes, 1 nay. The motion carries.
Ms. Taylor,
Yes.
Attorney Payton, how
Yes,
long
ma'am.
will it take? How long will it take for this RFP to run its cycle?
I need to look at it. Let me, I'll send you an email. How about that? I need to take a look at it and see how long it's going to take me to put it together. I put it together last year, so it shouldn't take that long. I guess the question I have now is about advertising, how long we typically advertise it. So I want to
Yes,
look at
from the
that.
beginning to the end. Yes,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
okay,
asking.
I'll do that.
Madam President,
Yes, sir. Mayor Gully.
Attorney Payton, will you see when that contract actually expires with falls and stuff as well? I don't want to make sure we don't get into any kind of legal situation. I know that it comes up every year. I guess to be bidded out or discussed. But I want to see how close we are to the end of that year before we.
Right, it terminates, it looks to me like it ends September 30th of 2020 is what is my look at it. I need to look at it to just see how long, whether it could have been extended or not. I know there's a 60-day notice provision in there that you can terminate for any reason in 60 days. But let me go back and look at that and I'll follow it up with an email on there. But I know it does terminate September 30th of 20.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Item number 18, Ms. Taylor.
Discussion on wildlife ordinance.
Madam
Counselor.
President.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I asked to have this placed on the agenda. I received several phone calls concerning wildlife in the residential areas here in District 7. I received phone calls about chickens and roosters. I also received a phone call in which has been forwarded to the necessary department concerning pit bulls running rampant in the Berkeley alley of between 19th Street and 21st Street. Mayor Gully, I know that we had some revision to animal control. Can you kind of touch on that as to what we need to do or how it needs to be handled for? I mean, matter of fact, one of the residents was attacked by one of the pit bulls. If you don't mind, can you expound upon how we would handle the animal control as it relates to the pit bulls? And I'll come back and touch on the ordinance. Well, if you would like to, go ahead and speak on the ordinance of the wildlife within city limits, if you don't mind as well.
Councilor Crusoe.
Yes, sir.
We do have a animal control department under the street and sanitation. We've gone out when they've come and stuff to animals and put traps out and stuff at individuals in individuals' homes to try and stuff and catch dogs and things of that nature. But you know, I will say that as a council body, you all probably need to look at that ordinance and stuff which has not and stuff been changed or amended in quite some time. But obviously, you know, when we get a call concerning wild animals, pit bulls, we do send out animal control and stuff to do as best they can and stuff to to capture and stuff the animal. So, we just encourage the residents to call and stuff our street and sanitation department, or call and stuff the police department, and so relevant and stuff to that. We got an environmental officer that assists and stuff with that as well.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get some clarity on. When I placed it on the agenda for discussion, revision, and possibly, as far as in identifying who would. I know we have the environmental officer as far as for enforcement. So I wanted to be able to get some clarity, because I've received numerous emails and phone calls regarding that. Madam President, can we, I guess, give ourselves an opportunity to pull that ordinance and research it a little more and place it on the agenda again for possible revision?
Councilor Crusoe, I will tell you that I will not place it on October the 6th. I'll do it at the planning session, in October.
Not a problem.
I will place that, as well as Councilor Collier asked me to place something on the agenda. We'll place it on the planning session for the second Tuesday in October.
Yes, ma'am, not a problem at all. Thank you all for your time concerning my concern. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam President.
Yes,
could
ma'am.
I add just one?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
This is one other thing. We have an unlicensed breeder problem in this city. And, where people are just breeding dogs and selling them out of their houses. And breeding dogs and selling dogs is no different than any other business. You have to have a license. You have to be zoned properly to sell animals. And, if we could find out, and the citizens would know more than anybody who are the people that are breeding these animals and selling them out of their home, then we could attack it from that standpoint also of bringing them to municipal court for having an unlicensed business in the city. And I think that would do a lot to curb the problems that we have in this city from a revenue standpoint, attacking it that way.
I think from a revenue standpoint, as well as from an agricultural standpoint, an environmental standpoint, we will place that. Attorney Harris, are you on the line?
I am. Go ahead.
Attorney Harris, will you pull that ordinance for me, please? And let us look at that ordinance for the planning session in October.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Madam President.
Yes, ma'am.
To piggyback on Councilor Crusoe and the animals, I think we need to look at the ordinance that we have in place, or put one in place for tethering dogs. I know it's been hot. People don't leave water out for them. They've got them tied up to trees and cars even. I think we need to look at that ordinance. Birmingham passed one this summer, and I think we need to pass one not only because of the heat in the summer, but the winter. They're not protected. They have no way to get out of the environment. So if we could do that, I would appreciate it.
I think Councilor Thigpen, Attorney Harris already had that pulled, and I think you asked us to do that back in January. He has that pull, and we are ready to go with that. I'll place it on the planning session in October. He's already ready with that ordinance and ready to go with it. Hadn't had an opportunity to tell you, but he has told me. Okay. We're ready with that ordinance, ready for the council to look over and pass that ordinance.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Item number, Attorney Harris, let me ask a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Can all of these go together except to have the city clerk to read the district and where the funds are going?
They're all quite similar, all of the same, practically the same. So I imagine you could, but you do need to be clear as to what each one of them is actually doing. The funds are distributed, differently for each one of those.
Right.
And council members may want to speak out on the one that they're sponsoring to, so that people in their district know what they're doing.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Item number 19, please.
Item 19 is a resolution allocating the District 1 back-to-school funds to Bessemer Library, Bessemer City High School Band, and Alabama STEM. There is $2,000 appropriation in the District 1 back-to-school line item in the general fund budget for the City of Bessemer for fiscal year 2019-2020 is hereby allocated as follows. A, City of Bessemer Board of Education for Bessemer City High School Band in the amount of $500. B, Library Board of the City of Bessemer, Alabama in the amount of $500. And Alabama STEM Education in the amount of $1,000. And this is for District 1.
Counselor
Yes.
Carly, you've heard, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Item number, I'm sorry. Yes, sir, Counselor Marshall.
That was not me. I didn't speak.
Oh, I'm sorry. Council, do you want to wait and vote on all of these at once, or do you want to vote individually?
I'm good with waiting.
Okay. Item number 20, Ms. Taylor.
Item 20 is a resolution allocating the District 2 back-to-school funds to Abrams Elementary School, Bessemer Middle School, and Bessemer City High School. There is
Go ahead, Ms. Taylor.
okay, the amounts are for Abrams Elementary School is $1,000. Bessemer City Middle School is $500. And Bessemer City High School is $500 for District 2.
Is that correct, Counselor Alexander?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Thank you. Item number 21.
Okay, item 21 is the resolution allocating the District 3 back-to-school funds to Charles Hart Elementary School. And those funds are in the amount of $2,000. And that's to the
That
Board
is
of
correct.
Education for Charles Hart School.
That is correct. Item number 22.
Item 22 is a resolution allocating the District 4 back-to-school funds to Greenwood Elementary School. The funding, the amount of $2,000 is distributed to West Hills Elementary School for $1,000 and Bessemer City Middle School for $1,000.
That is correct, Madam President.
Thank you, sir. Was that,
Well, you skipped over, I mean, I didn't hear her say 5, but yeah, 4
I
is
didn't
elementary.
hear her say 5. I heard her say Greenwood. Miss Taylor, number 22 was Greenwood. Miss Counselor Thigpen, that goes to Greenwood and the amount of $2,000. Is that correct, Counselor Thigpen?
Correct, thank you.
Thank you. We have Counselor Marshall.
Okay, I need the resolution for Counselor Thigpen. I do not have it.
You don't have hers. I have a copy here in my hand.
Okay.
Okay, Counselor Marshall will be giving, is that correct, 1,000 to West Hill and 1,000 to Bessemer City Middle?
Yeah, that's she read it out, but that is
Yes,
correct.
sir, that's correct. That's 5. Item number 24, Ms. Taylor.
Okay, a resolution.
And I would like mine to go straight to the band. That's gonna be a correction instead of just to the school. I want it to be for the band department.
Oh,
Attorney Harris, did you hear that?
I did hear that, and I will change that one to be the band.
Thank you, sir. Item number 25, Ms. Taylor.
She hadn't read it yet. I thought she was gonna read.
Ms. Taylor.
yes, ma'am. Okay.
Item number 24, please.
Yes, ma'am. Item 24 is a resolution allocating the District 6 back-to-school funds to Bessemer City High School Band in the amount of $2,000.
Thank you.
Is that correct, Councilor Matthews?
It is now.
Thank you, sir. Item number 28, please.
Okay, item 25 is a resolution allocating the District 7 back-to-school funds to Abrams Elementary School, Bessemer Middle School, and Bessemer City High Schools. Those amounts are, okay, I got Jonesboro.
That's right.
That's
I saw
correct.
it was Abrams incorrectly, a typo as far as on the agenda, but on the resolution is correct.
Okay,
But you
okay.
can go
so
ahead
I
and
have
state
the
them
correct,
for the record. Mhm.
I have the correct agenda here that states, whereas the City of Bessemer Board of Education operates Jonesboro Elementary. Miss Taylor, I have a copy of it right here. I'll give you a copy.
Yes, ma'am, I need that. Okay.
Okay,
So
you
that's
can go ahead and finish
1,000 to
for the
1,000 to
record.
Jonesboro, 1,000 to Bessemer City Middle, and 1,000, I'm sorry, 1,000 to Jonesboro, 500 to Bessemer City Middle, and 500 to Bessemer City High School.
That is correct.
That's correct. I need a motion in a second.
I would like to make a motion that the back to school funds be distributed as just described for each district.
Need a second, please.
Second.
Has been properly motioned that a resolution authorizing allocating the donating funds for fiscal year 2019-20 for each of the districts 1 through 7 school activities to the City of Bessemer Board of Education for the City of Bessemer High School, City of Bessemer Middle School, West Hills, Jonesboro, Charles F. Hart, and Abrams Elementary be allocated as stated by Ms. Taylor. I need a roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Collier,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
All right.
Counselor Thickpan, Counselor Thickpan.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you so much, Ms. Taylor. Item number 26, Ms. Taylor.
A resolution to authorize advertisement for resumes for appointment to the Downtown Redevelopment Authority of the City of Bessemer.
We have already advertised. We've already received the resumes for the appointments. Oh, I'm sorry. Counselor Marshall, you had this placed on.
Right. This item, just as it says, advertise the resumes for that Downtown Redevelopment Authority. We need to get that activated again.
Thank you, Counselor Marshall. I already had Ms. Taylor to pull this prior to this resolution. Thank you so much. They said, like mine sometimes think alike. Council, I need a motion and a second to go ahead and get this.
Madam Chair, I move
authorized.
item
Yes, sir.
26, resolution
Madam-
to advertise resumes for the DRA.
I need a second,
Second.
please.
Second.
It has been properly moved and second that we will start the advertisement for the resumes for the appointment for the Downtown Redevelopment Authority of the City of Bessemer. There are 3 appointments to that board. I need a roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander.
Aye.
Counselor Collier.
Aye.
Counselor Marshall.
Aye.
Counselor Matthews.
Aye.
Counselor Thickpan.
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe.
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. I need to add a resolution to, it will be 26A. It's an ordinance extending the authorization conditions and limited contained to the ordinance and the carryover of the general budget for the City of Bessemer year 2019-2020. As I looked at my calendar, we will not have another meeting prior to October 1. And this would be the time that we carry over the budget until we get back in October. You should have that resolution. Ms. Taylor sent that resolution to you.
Yes, ma'am, I have the ordinance.
Okay, I'm sorry, the ordinance to you, each counselor. And it's just to carry
Is it
over
not-
the,
is it not the packets?
no, ma'am, it's not in the packets. I do apologize.
Oh, okay. It was
Um,
emailed to us.
It was emailed to you.
Okay.
And
this is an extension?
this is just to carry the general budget over because before we get back, we'll be after
The first.
September the 30th and before October 1st. And it's just to carry the budget that's in place
Yes.
over.
And a
Councilor
date in
Anita?
mind, Madam Chair.
Yes, sir. A date was in mind. As I looked at it, I looked at December the 15th, which is 90 days from here. I looked at December the 15th for the simple reason of if we finish early, fine. If we have to go on out, we won't have to continue to come back asking to carry over. It will have already been carried over until December the 15th. Councilors, I need a motion and a second. Are
Madam
there
Chair.
any questions and or concerns?
Yeah, I got one
Yes, sir.
question
Yes,
to the
sir.
mayor. Mayor's any I guess any foreseen date that you're looking at, a month that you think you'll have it to the council?
Madam President.
Yes, sir.
Councilor Matthews, at this particular time, I'm going through the process. Obviously, it's a lot of items that were budgeted for last year.
Right.
Due to COVID that we were not able and stuff to purchase. So
Right.
I'm going through with each one of my department heads and stuff to see exactly and stuff what was purchased and what was not. I cannot at this time and stuff give a particular date when that would be complete. December the 15th, I think would be a very good date, and we'll try and stuff to have it done as expeditiously as possible. So I look forward to having it to you long before that time.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Mayor Gurley, and thank you, Councilor Matthews. May I have a motion and a second, please?
I move to consider it.
Need a second.
Second.
It has been properly motioned and second to consider carrying over the general budget fund for the year 2019-2020 for the city of Bessemer. Need a roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Collier,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Thickpan,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you all so much for considering that ordinance.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I move to adopt the ordinance.
Thank you, sir.
Second.
Has been properly moved and second to adopt the said ordinance. Need a roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Collier,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Thickpan,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Item number 27.
Approval of appointment to the library board.
I had this placed on. We have already gone through the process to fill a seat on the library board. And we received three names for the library board. 3 resumes for the library board. Council. Attorney Harris.
Yes, Council.
With these names for this library board, the appointments to the library board, can we just open the floor up for the counselors to appoint and do a vote?
You mean to nominate and then to select?
Nominate.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you, sir.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I nominate Gwendolyn Clark Miller.
Second.
Madam Chair. I know.
Counselor Matthews, let us do one at a time
Oh, okay.
and vote on them one at a time.
Okay.
Ms. Gwendolyn Clark Miller has been nominated and has been a second roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
I thought that.
Yeah, if you do that, you'll elect her possibly without never considering the other individuals.
And it wasn't voted on to close the nomination, so.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Counselor Marshall. Thank you, Counselor Matthews. Counselor Matthews.
I nominate Ms. Gail Harris.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I move that we close the nominations.
Second.
Thank you. It has been properly moved and second that the nominations for the seat for the library board be closed. Ms. Taylor?
Madam Chair, I have.
Yes, ma'am.
Does
Yes,
anyone
ma'am.
know Miss Gail Brown Harris and where she lives? We have an address on Miss Miller, but not, I don't see anything on Miss Harris.
I think Ms. Gail Brown Harris is, I don't see it on here, but I think she is a resident of District 6.
I know.
Well,
I know she's a resident of District 6. I guess I just didn't even look at the.
I did not.
address.
I didn't.
It's on the 2200 block of Long 14th Street.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Taylor,
Yes, ma'am.
need a roll call, please.
Counselor Alex.
No,
Let us
hold
do-
on.
No.
Let us,
Which one first? I think
I'm getting ready to say we're going to do Ms. Gwendolyn Clark Miller first.
Okay.
And then we'll do Ms. Gail Brown.
Madam Chair, would it not
Yes, ma'am.
to just roll call who you vote for?
Right.
That's appropriate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. When she calls your name, you can just tell her the person that you would like to see in that seat.
Right. Okay. Counselor Alexander.
Miller,
Counselor Collier.
Miller.
Counselor Marshall.
Miller.
Counselor Matthews.
Harris.
Counselor Thigpen.
Harris.
Counselor Crusoe.
Either one of them.
Counselor Crusoe.
Baby, I don't know either one of them. I was trying to look over their information. Well, I'm going with Harris. I guess I don't know.
Counselor Donald.
Excuse me, can
Oh. Yes, Ms. Crusoe.
let me retract that.
Don't get buzzed out if you don't answer quickly.
I know that's right. So no whammies.
That was funny.
30 seconds, Counselor Crusoe.
Yes, ma'am. But I'm going with Miller. Look what's saying. I'm sorry.
Okay. Counselor Donald.
Harris.
We have 4 votes for Counselor Miller for Gwendolyn Clark Miller. And we have 3 votes for Gail Harris. Gwendolyn Clark Miller is the winner of the nomination, is in favor of the nomination, has been approved.
Thank you, and we will get in contact with Gwendolyn Clark Miller and congratulate Gwendolyn Clark Miller for that appointment to the library board. Item number 28.
Item 28 is council members' comments, statements, or motions.
District 1.
Yes, ma'am. I'll keep on sending everything to the mayor's office. But I would ask everyone to please pray for the Robinson family. Miss Riola Robinson passed away on last week. I'm asking all the prayers of the entire city. Thank you.
District 2.
I forward my concerns this week to Mr. Norris. Thanks.
District 4.
I will send my Mr.
Thank you. District 5.
I'll forward to Mr. Norris.
District 6.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You know, I made reference last week concerning the last time we had meeting concerning Miss Cooley, Mrs. Cooley that passed away, and I hadn't heard anything else. I did speak with Counselor Crusoe. We kind of talked briefly about the work that she done. Do we have any, I guess, any type of proclamation paper or anything to I guess to recognize individuals that do, you know, from the mayor and the council and the city of Bessemer, you know, something along that line? Do you know?
I'm quite sure there is paperwork for that, Counselor Matthews, but
Right.
has the family contacted Counselor Crusoe and or the mayor?
Well, I have a contact person for whomever. Yes, I do have a contact person.
Okay, can you get with?
I have information as far as her biography and the different accomplishments that that she contributed, throughout her life, that I can provide to the mayor's office if necessary, if that's what's needed.
Counselor Crusoe, will you get with the mayor's office?
Sure.
And the mayor, and let's see what we can do about that, because Counselor, Miss Cooley was
Yes, pivotal.
She was that for the community.
Yes.
Right.
I would love
Thank-
to see that done.
Thank you. And also, I have a contact person from Lawson State as well, because Dr. Perry Ward, he retired, and Birmingham City Council, the County Commission, and Senator Jones, and right here in our city, Bessemer, we have a campus, and it looks like, you know, I know Miss Cooley has passed on, but you know, they say give people their flowers while they can smell them. And Dr. Ward has been a trooper, not only in Lawson State, but in the city of Bessemer too, both Birmingham and Bessemer campus. So that's another recognition that I think is very well in order. So
Is that your
those are-
district? Is that your district, Councilor Matthews?
no, it's not my district. No. Miss Cooley wasn't in my district either. I'm just bringing these points out. What affected the entire city of Bessemer. Miss
Well, I
Cooley
actually
affected-
wasn't your district because I was going to tell you spearhead it.
Oh no. But the contact they have a contact person there as well. And,
Yes, sir.
okay. And the
Yes.
other ones is COVID testing is going to be at the Antioch Baptist Church on Wednesday and Thursday. Hopefully, if Sally don't blow through here too strong. And it's from 8 to 2, the COVID testing. And we received a lot of phone calls yesterday. And it's my understanding that that people are very interested. It has been put in, and not only it's been put out in different languages. So the testing will go forth at Antioch under the leadership of Pastor Wyman L. Fairbanks. So we're looking forward to a good turnout for the COVID testing. There are some other concerns that has arisen from some of the residents there and some non-residents that left Bessemer, gone into other cities, and it's concerning mental health. And Mayor, I'd like to sit down and talk to you, schedule some time to talk to you about some mental health factors that's plaguing our communities. There have been some officer incidents in other cities with mental health patients, and there have been some identified in the pipe shop community and some other communities where mental health exists, and to be proactive with a officer that can deal with, because we have one lady that sits on the public bus bench on 18th Avenue between 15th and 16th Street that really have some problems, and your officer has handled her very well. I witnessed him handle her very well. She's a little very aggressive, but he handled her with kid's glove. But we noticed that in some down by Jack's, walking from Jack's to Raceway. So it's some mental health issues. And I'm pretty sure it's not just only on 19th Street and 15th Street, but all over the city. So I like to sit down and have a candid discussion with you about some of the concerns that has come up in the past 2 weeks. And that's all I have, Madam Chair. I think that's enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Matthews. District 3 will continue to forward its complaints or whatever it is to the mayor's office. We do have one. We do have one that I need to, Miss Betty Bryant on 33rd has called 4 times. The trash has been in that alley. Now, this is the 9th week that trash is in that alley, and she has watched the city of Bessemer pass and pick up trash on the street 4 times. She has called each and every time. She spoke with different people at Street and Sanitation. Mayor Gully, can we get someone there in Dartmouth Alley from 30th to 33rd Street to clean that debris out of that alley, please. She has told me I'm gonna call the health department. And I told her, let me speak with the mayor and see if we can get that alley clean. Councilors.
Madam President.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Madam President, can I have district number 7, please?
District number 7.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
As far as in the polling site, I know we made changes to accommodate the previous election. Have we identified another area for other than the rec center for this upcoming election?
Can I ask you a question, Councilor? May I ask a question, Madam Chair?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Councilor Crusoe, are you talking about the
rec center?
The rec center period for that was for the state election?
It was for that one election. I think we made sure that the resolution was worded as such. I'm just trying to get some clarity to make sure that we're asking the question: is the rec center on the list to be used as a polling site for the election in November?
Oh, okay. I got you now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That would be Jefferson County, and cards have already gone out to where everybody's going to vote. I know ours changed from Morgan Methodist over to the Station Church for ITT, and Pleasant Hill United Methodist is not going to do it anymore, so it's split. There were some that are going to be at McCalla Church of McAdory and Oasis of Praise. So everyone should have already gotten their card on where they're going to be voting. I think
okay, well, I mean, everyone hasn't gotten a card, and my question was, because the reason that those accommodations were made, given when the city hall was closed. Remember,
right?
So I mean, if they don't have the city hall to revert back to, the resolution was made for that one election to in order to utilize the rec center. So at this point, where will those citizens have be left to go and vote? In which I know that's beyond us as far as in determining where they would go and vote. I'm asking concerning this, here in the city of Bessemer, is the rec center on that list to be utilized versus
for November?
Okay. Thank you.
Councilor Crusoe.
Yes, ma'am.
With Jefferson County is over the election that we're gonna have here in the city of Bessemer for the presidential election.
Yes,
the rec center is a location. It is a polling place for the election in November.
And man, that's what I was trying to see. That wasn't what we voted upon when the rec center was voted upon. It was to use that to accommodate that one election. So that's what I was explaining. As far as in making that accommodation for District 1, in that election that we did accommodate in. I have a problem myself at Jonesboro School with the rec falling in District 7. In order to appease the conflict that we have at Jonesboro School, the rec center would be accommodating for District 7. I mean, I can't rock somebody else's baby and leave mine crying. So, Attorney Payton, Mayor Gully, how do we go by, if the rec center is going to be on the list as a polling site to be accommodating to District 7?
Madam President, this is Shan. Are you saying you want the rec center to be a polling site or it not to be a polling site?
To be a polling site for District 7. That's what I spoke with, I mean, when we were making accommodations for District 1. When it first initially was brought up, I explained to you all then that with my polling site down at Jonesboro School, with the traffic of the school and on election day being such an inconvenience, since we did identify the rec center as a place that we could use as a polling site. I would much rather it be used for District 7. But at that time, I agreed that we would accommodate District 1, given that he wasn't able to identify another location at that time.
Let me get with Ms. Taylor and we'll try to figure out, Barry Stevenson with the Board of Registers, they typically send us a list of polling locations. So let us get with them, see what they've done, and then we'll have to get back with you by the next meeting, I guess.
No problem. Thank you. Yeah, yes, sir. I'm sorry.
I had some discussion with Ms. Wanda Taylor and stuff as well. Now, my desire and stuff is to keep District 1 polling place at fire admin. So I still fail and stuff to see the issuance of the rec center and still using that and so Councilor Crusoe as a voting place and stuff for your district. I think coming up to this election, as I told Wanda Taylor and as I did tell Barry Stevens, that I'd be reluctant to changing any polling place in the city of Bessemer at this particular point. People that has been voting at the National Guard Army or fire admin been doing that for ever since I can remember. Why would we change their polling place at this particular point going into an election? I think we can discuss that, but it's just not, I wouldn't be agreeable to that. I think our residents are used to voting and stuff at that army. So I don't see what the issue and stuff would be and so to change those polling places at this particular time.
Marigold, I think you misunderstood the total topic that was just being discussed.
Well, I beg your pardon.
Not a problem. Let me clarify that a bit further. Do you recall when you all came before me asking as far as could the rec center be used to accommodate the closing of the city hall for District 1 to come over and it be used as a polling site? Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay, so when we did that resolution, it was clearly written, and I made sure that it was noted in the record that the rec center only be used for that election to be accommodating to District 1, because I had issues down at Jonesboro School. So beyond that election, and I can wait beyond November. I'm not trying to throw any type inconveniences in the water for the residents. I think November has enough of a problem that it carries. My question and concern that I'm having to have addressed right here is that for future references, we'll say beyond the November election, is that the rec center be used to be accommodating for the elections in District 7. I don't know anything about the National Guard Army. I'm not asking for anybody's sites to be changed. I just want to make things more feasible and comfortable for the citizens here in District 7. If we're going to use the rec center as a polling site, that will kind of alleviate some of the issues of traffic and concern that we have at Jonesboro School.
Okay, so but I thought at that particular time it was a Jefferson County election that we were we were utilizing it for. Now, so were you speaking in terms of using it for all elections, whether they are state, municipal, or county?
All elections.
All right, thank you.
And we can wait beyond November in order to address this. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to. I mean, I think November is going to bring about its own problems. You know, that's not my issue right here. I'm just saying beyond November that we utilize the rec center for a polling site here in District 7. That was my concern. I think you misconveyed what I was saying.
I got you.
Okay. Now another thing, as far as in with the posting of our Zoom of this about our city council meetings, can someone tell me where the site, where the meetings are being posted, and at what time frame are they being posted? When are they being posted?
Is Mr. Singleton on the line? Mr. Rick Singleton. Mayor Gully, can you?
Madam President, they
Yes, sir.
actually are live, and you can go out on YouTube and punch in City of Bessemer Council meeting, and you can see a replay and stuff of it and stuff as well, but it's actually being posted live.
Okay, a question. I mean, with our city web page, is it not I mean, to the point where where the I guess a Zoom or council meeting can be posted on the city web page rather than having to go out to YouTube to find our council meetings?
I think that's what you all voted on and agreed and stuff to, with YouTube and stuff as your choice and stuff to put it and stuff out and stuff on YouTube. I don't think it was ever discussed and stuff concerning the cities and stuff website, but you know, I'll get with Mr. Singleton. You tell me, but all of that discussion that we went through was in stuff concerning putting it out on YouTube was the decision and stuff that was ultimately made.
Well, I think YouTube was what was presented to us, but when we can discuss this in planning session just to be a little more accessible and a little more accommodating to the citizens. I would wish that we'll kind of visit it in order to upload it on the city's web page, so our citizens wouldn't be all over the place trying to be updated with the events that's going on in the city. Thank you all. And any other issues, and I will forward that on to the mayor's office. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Councilor Crusoe.
Hey, Madam Chair, I was going to let you know.
Hey, Councilor Matthews.
Madam Chair, I'm about
Yes,
to leave. I got to go.
Yes,
but
yes,
I'm going to get Mr. Fancher's information, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you all for a great session. And Councilor Crusoe, that can be a link placed on the website, and we did not discuss placing it on the website. We did discuss YouTube. As the mayor said, he will speak with Mr. Singleton, and I will place it on the October planning session so that we can throw it around and discuss it. I don't think it's going to be a problem to put a link out there, and all our constituents will have to do is click on that link, and they will be able to go straight to the council meeting instead of typing Bessemer City Council meeting for October or whatever. But thank you all for such a great meeting. Continuously pray for your city and continuously pray for these United States. Item number 29, Ms. Taylor.
I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
Is anybody left to second?
Second.
Thank you, sir.
Everybody
have a good day now. Bye-bye.